Okay, so last night I was showing you guys my remix I was making, and my piano hammer broke off. And today I'm going to show you my repair video, but here's the problem. This piece of the hammer butt here, that hole has been bored out. I bored it out because originally I didn't have the right size shank right here. This is a standard size, correct size shank. Originally I had a wooden dowel from a hardware store that was close in diameter, so what I did was I sanded down the end of it, and then I drilled this hole out so it was bigger, so it would fit. But now, this is too big, I can't fit this in there. What do? Well, in one of my parks nearby, somebody dumped a piano in the woods, and it's all smashed up now, but I'm going to walk over there right now, and I'm going to grab the action from it, which was sitting outside for a while, but is pretty much untouched and seems to still be in relatively good condition, which I'm going to use for a part. So let's head out now. Alright, so we're walking there now. And there's actually a couple parts I'm going to rob off of it, but it's a couple streets away, the entrance to the place. I'll tie my shoe here. Cut this out. Alright, so there's a couple parts I want to get off of it. Wheels, hinges, maybe a couple strings, pedals, of course the action, because it looks pretty similar in size. So I'm walking there now. And this is the beginning. I'll cut the camera back on once I get to the trail. Yeah, so this is the piano I'm robbing parts off of. It was actually in one piece at one point. I'll throw a picture up because I have it. I took a picture of it when it was still in one piece. But yeah, as you can see, it's been really just broken up. Keys are still kind of intact. No keyboard. That's the top board. I want to get those little hinges off of here. And the pedals. I don't know where the pedals are. I don't know where the bottom half of it is. Where the pedals not, but yeah, that's the action over there, which is sitting over there. I just did it the other day. Now I'm looking for the pedals where they, I don't know if they're, that's the keyboard cover, it's the fall board. Here's one of the legs. That's the top. That's the front. I don't know, whoever broke it up, I guess just chucked the pedals away or something. I'm not sure where they went. Because mine has like nasty pedals, they're all like rusty. But yeah, I'm gonna get these parts off here. Kind of a pain in the ass because it's kind of heavy and hurts my hand holding it, but we're gonna do right. So, got my parts, got the hinges, got a couple wheels, and then I'm gonna take parts off of this. All right, it's gonna be a long walk. I'll cut the camera back on when I'm there. All right, so I'm gonna show you my little fix here. I just have to do a little bit of changing on it. A couple days ago, well, it's the same video now, but it's 3 days later. I did my fix to my piano. I had to replace the hammer butt because the old one the hole was bored out in the top, so the hammer wouldn't fit in there. So what I did was I took the one from the piano at Chronomer, the smashed up one, and I took the butt from that one and mounted my hammer to it. But then what happened was when I reinstalled this, I was assembling in this half, and this original rod broke, the push rod or the sticker rod. That snapped because I had to tilt the action backwards on its front side. So that snapped. So then what I had to do was, I was thinking about using the one from the parts piano, but it's too short. So what I decided to do was to get this part from the very last key of my piano and use that. But as you can see, these are both two parts here. This one has this little damper spoon, this little piece in the back. It actually looks like a spoon, you can see. This doesn't have that piece right on the end there. What that does is it pushes the damper in a way where it'll pivot and lift off the string. It doesn't have that. So what I was originally going to do was put that sticker rod from this one into this one. But upon hammering this little pin back in, I snapped this wooden piece here, so it's essentially broken. So then what I decided to do, which this is called a whipping, I took the one from the parts piano and took the push rod from my piano and mounted it on there. Then what I did is I took the jack hinge and mounted it back on this whipping, and I put my own jack from mine into this one. And then what I had to do was bend the damper spoon into its new position because it wasn't in the same position. I had to bend that damper spoon into the position that the old one was in so it would push the same distance. And also the back check, I had to adjust that because this back check is from a different distance, so I had to adjust the back check and bend it into a shape where it would work and function as it should. But now this part is I have to add a little bit more graphite powder in here for extra lubrication, and I have to add a tiny piece of felt right there because what happens is when the jack moves, it slaps against this part of the hammer. It makes a clicking noise during the music, and you don't want to hear that clicking noise, so we're going to fix that. Alright, so what I've done is I've taken this piece of the damper here and I've cut this little chunk of felt off of it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take my hammer here and mount this little piece of felt right here. Like so. Now that bit's mounted. Little piece of felt. Now all I have to do is get that graphite powder right there and smear it on this little strip of leather. Now it's set up pretty much how it would in the piano, as you can see, except that little spring right here. That jack spring would normally be tucked in there, but it's pretty much ready to go back in now. So I'm going to reinstall it. Okay, so the piece is installed. That's done. Ready to put it back in. Alright, so it's all together. The part's fixed. My A is fixed. The A that broke. You really have to adjust it to get that rapid fire. You want to have that rapid fire kind of deal. And sometimes you could hear it hits another string. It'll hit this one a little bit sometimes, but no big deal. And like I said, it's not the original parts, so there's going to have to be some adjusting. But other than that, I think that works fairly well. Thanks for watching.